Hey everybody, this is Darksied, and welcome back to part 31 of our Dark Souls walkthrough.
Go on. State your wish.
Okay, what we're doing here really is, we actually finished off the Four Kings in the last episode, so this time we're going to take the time to go ahead and join the Dark Wraith Covenant. And I'm also going to take the time to do a little bit of leveling up, and also leveling up my Covenant as well. As you can see, I had some humanity there, but now it's gone. I sped that up because it takes a horrendously long time in order to get through all of that. Alright, now it's time to spend a little bit of experience here. Once again, sped most of this up. Especially all of those where you go through and pop the little souls that you pick up and carry around. I had several of them I needed to do. Alright, here we are back at Firelink, and it is time to head down to the Tomb of the Giants. Now, I actually kind of screwed up here a little bit. For one, from this point on, I actually forgot to hit the record button. So I wound up getting like halfway down and started doing part of the Tomb of Giants before I had realized that I wasn't recording. So I just went back through here and did a quick rundown to kind of give everybody a general idea on where exactly I went. And the points that are not going to be there, I'll try to explain as we go down. Now, back up there, as you saw that Frampt was still up there. And normally, if you let him finish his little spiel over there, he will eventually go away. So you're not really able to talk to him. However, if you don't let him finish, he will continue to tell you how sorry you are, pretty much for the rest of the game. So I like to hear him complain, so I leave him there. Anyway, on our way down here, we're just going to be taking the quick route down. Hopefully without any fall-offs. Not killing everybody, as you can tell. Thought about it, and I was like, nah, I might as well just go over here and hit the bonfire right fast. Alright. I suppose we'll take the time to kill a few of these guys anyway. As soon as we figure out how to play again. Now what I like to do on most of these, in order to get down as quickly as possible, and especially after you've already gotten all the bridges and everything intact, is there is a quick way you can just kind of hop all the way down. Which I'll be demonstrating here in just a second. Pretty much from here you can see you got that bridge right down there. All you have to do is just hop down. And then from there, if you turn around here, you will see a little drop off to the right over there. I typically like to roll off of this one in order to make sure that I hit it. And you got to be careful of those skulls down there once you get down, so be prepared to run off a little bit so they have a chance to go ahead and blow up. Then all you have to do is hop down here, although I'm about to get ambushed. And yet more skulls. Alright. And just hop down here where Paladin Leeroy was whenever we were still doing the catacombs. Then hop one down again and pretty much just get to run off and you're home free to run to where the boss used to be. Take this quickly and you won't have to really mess with any of the bone wheels here. Easy enough to get by them. If you're slow, they'll follow you for a good ways, but as long as you're pretty quick about getting down there and getting over, they won't come down here with you. And now back to my favorite part of this whole thing. I remember it was like, I guess I better probably equip my lantern. I was like, wait a minute. I think I already have my lantern equipped. Let's check. Oh, look at that. There I do. Now, obviously, on your way down here, you're going to get ambushed. I think at least twice. Once by a single skeleton just right past this thing, and then on the next one, it should be a pair of them. Always miss that first one. Come on, back up here, buddy. Yep, don't fall off. That'd be a bad thing. That's why it's always better to two-hand that thing, because you can one-shot them. Of course, if you're looking for light, then this is really the only way to go, I suppose. Unless you have the sunlight helmet. But I have not been down, well, at least not far enough, into the Demon Ruins in order to be able to pick one of those up yet. And there's our second one. And of course, he'll be coming back with a vengeance here. It's like, uh-oh, better not fall off of that thing. Bad enough we got those archers shooting at us. There's a convenient little ladder down to where we need to go, but I just like to hop off personally. And from here we can start making our way towards Nito. Now, right over in here is where you would actually find Patches. I've already been down this way and finished it, so he's moved over to where the catacombs start, near Firelink. And just beyond over here, I think right past this guy, was a fog door that I actually went ahead and opened and killed the Black Knight on the other side of it before I realized that I wasn't recording yet. Watch out for the skeleton archers over in this area. Right here is where the fog door was. Okay, now this is where I actually picked up from where the real video of where this should have been. This is my real trek through the tomb here. As you can see, try to keep yourself behind one of these pillars and you can kind of snipe that guy over there and take him out. Makes it just a little easier to get through here otherwise. Right around this area is where the Black Knight was. I recommend taking him back out to near where you find Patches in order to fight him. It gives you a little more open ground. Yes, this place really is just as irritating as it seems. Good thing is that even though, as you notice, I'm not human right at the moment, but whenever you do become human, you've really got a fairly low chance of getting invaded down here because no one likes coming down to this place. And there's really only a couple of good reasons to ever come back here. First off, farming for just white titanite chunks. The little run over there where Patches first pushed you off, down to where, or well, back up to around where the fire was. That is one of the best places in the game in order to farm white titanite chunks. I did it quite a lot, actually, even before I completed this level, just because I wanted to get some of my holy weapons up. It is fairly easy to get lost down here. Just generally try to go where you haven't been before, and you should eventually make your way down. Now, we're relatively close to the second bonfire right now. As you see, I'm getting ready to toss a fireball over this guy. And actually had remarkably good luck with that toss. As you'll see here in just a second, I tried again with this bone dog over here. And I didn't quite have as much luck with that. Matter of fact, I missed him completely. And voila! Next bonfire. So we're going to take the time to reverse the hollowing here and kindle up. One, because, well, I was hoping at this point that we would find some other people that I might be able to actually do the boss with. Not that Nito's hard. Nito's probably one of the easier bosses in the game as long as you follow a very simple rule, and that's just not go in the back. And really that rule is only for people who don't have holy weapons. But even then it makes it much simpler if you just don't go back there. And I'll show you what I mean whenever we get there. And before I was saying there were two reasons to come down here. One is farming white titanite chunks. The other one is farming humanity. This place right before the boss actually holds the best place in the game in order to farm humanity. Not necessarily because it's the easiest, but really because it's you have there's a continually spawning mob down there that will drop humanity. Now you have to be quick to pick it up. But it's easy to do, and you don't have to go back and keep resting at bonfires all the time. As long as you stay out there, they will keep coming. I say we got these guys everywhere. Good thing is that the biggest majority of them you can bypass. Although if you listen, I believe that one is following me, but he can't really follow me too far. Now the second reason that I wanted to be human on my way down here is because one of the NPC invasions happens just right down the way here, and that will be for our very good friend Leeroy the Paladin. Now, this is good for me especially, but since I'm building a faith character here, and I already said that I wanted to build this guy kind of around the idea of using Grant now is the best time for me to try to get that weapon from him. Now, if you're slow right around in here and you don't rush to the end of the platform, he'll come after you, and it actually makes the challenge a little more difficult considering the playing field that you're on here. As you can see, I died once before because he hit me and I wound up rolling and rolling off. But what you want to do is just roll down all the way down to the end here. Go all the way down to the end and go ahead and just start hitting him. And then it's easy. He's not hard at all, and you can keep him from falling off was actually more important than you dying yourself. And as you see there, I got Grant. So hopefully in the future we will be able to start using that weapon. Although the stat requirements on it are pretty big. Well, there goes my flame. No problem. As you can see, you got one there that's actually shooting kind of close to the wall. If you stay right here, he really can't hit you. So what my plan is here is just to wait until he hits one, it clinks against the wall, and then we have a chance to run up and hit him again. I'm also waiting for this bone pillar here to come over so he doesn't get any free shots in on me. Charge! Alright, got those guys out of the way. Now this room you're going to come in, these little skeleton babies are the ones that I told you that actually drop the humanity. And then there's also a room full of the little pinwheel guys in here. Now, you can go through and take them out with melee fairly quickly, but I wanted to be able to save the biggest majority of my strength and everything for a little bit of farming right before we did the boss, so I didn't want to use a lot of health. So I decided I was going to take them out with bow, which is not exactly the fastest way of doing it. So I did wind up cutting a bunch of that out. And there's your stats on Grant. Very nice weapon. Ah, look. Here comes a baby now. It's a bad time to pull out your bow there, guy. Yeah, I can't really swing that big club in these things very well, can you? Should have kept at that Balder's side sword. I got more of them coming up on me. I like to pop up out of these bones here. So there he is. Like, come on up. Bring your friends. Okay. Now here's where we actually start taking down these pinwheel guys with the bow. As I said, kind of long, so we're just going to cut through the biggest majority of it here. And this is the last one here. I'm not sure exactly how many of them are on here. I believe there's at least five or six. Grab the old electrical Balderside sword. Let's go down and demonstrate a little bit of the technique involved in farming the babies. Now, I said that they were a continuous spawn. They really only become a continuous spawn once you step in the water. You'll get a few of them every now and again just from the kind of bones up top, but just as soon as you step in the water, you'll notice that they'll start spawning and they'll just keep spawning. So if I stay in the water, they will keep coming out. And my tactic here at the beginning was to run in to kind of generate a few of them, but I decided that that really wasn't working all that well. You need to stay in the water as much as possible. Move quite a bit as well, because if one of these humanities drops, you've got to get over it and pick it up quickly or else it disappears like that one did. So I like to try to run over the corpses as they're dying, so on the outside, pressing the collect button, that way I can try to get the humanity as it drops. As I said, it's only down for about a second, and then after that you lose it. Yep, there's one. Now, all total, I stayed down here for about 5 minutes, and I wound up, I'd say getting in between 10 and 15 humanity. It was actually pretty good. I might have even gotten a little more than that. I'm just guesstimating at this point. Alright, that'll do it for that. So I don't want to show all of it because it gets kind of boring after a while. Okay, now back up off in this direction. There are a couple of good things. First off, there is the, I believe it's the White Titanite slab that's up here for creating your first max level holy weapon. I got a Mask of the Child there. It's not bad. I don't remember if I went over there before I got the boss or before I killed the boss or not, so I'll definitely be getting it at some other point. It's right down to the right there. I'm just going around destroying bones at the moment. Well, missed that one. Sometimes I get stuck down here on this particular platform. Yeah, anyway, this right here will actually take you over to where the slab is at. Just hop down here right fast, and here we go, on White Titanite slab. Hop back down in the water and kill more babies or get out of there. Your choice. Well, anyway, at this point, I start kind of looking around because I noticed, well, okay, well, we've finished clearing out everything. Is there going to be anybody around here in order to actually help? And I didn't see anybody along the way either, which was kind of a bad thing. So I guess I must just have hit it at the off day. As I said, a lot of people don't like coming down here, so it can be hard to find somebody to co-op this thing with you. Not that you would necessarily need it. As I said, he's not terribly hard. He only really gets hard if, well, for one, if you don't have a holy weapon, it's slightly more difficult. Because he'll keep raising his little skeleton armies. And the reason why I said don't go in the back of the room is because there's a pair of giant skeletons back there. And those guys, you don't really need to constantly be pounding down on you while you're facing Nito. And you give him time, he will come to you. And you never have to even deal with those two. Right in this area, you'll notice your skeletons are starting to come for you. This is where your holy weapon comes in handy, because once they're down, they stay down. There's not too terribly many of them, though. As I said, it's not a game breaker. Now what you're going to want to do here is simply just tank it out. Stay close to him. Chug a potion every now and again. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage if you're wearing decent armor. And just keep wailing on him. So with the holy weapon I've got, it's got a good swing to it, but it's not doing the best damage. I finally get wise to this and go back to my club here directly, but by that time he's mostly dead anyway. Also, if you stay relatively close to him, he doesn't do his scream attack as often. I think he does it once during this entire thing. The last time I tried like backing off from him, it seemed like he'd almost get in this chain where he would do it. Alright, there we go. We've got the stick fired up, and it's time to start pounding on him. Here comes our first and only scream. Alright, Nito. Time to die. And there you have it. As I said, he's not exactly complicated. I find him, however, much more complicated whenever, like the very first time I fought him, I kept trying to run away from him, especially, you know, whenever he was doing his scream attacks. And it seemed like it took me forever to kill him, and I was doing much worse in the fight. That's whenever I found out if you just tank it out, he is so much easier to defeat. Also remember, if you killed Paladin Leeroy, this is also where you find his armor, as we just picked up back there. I'll spend a little bit of time here and kindle this bonfire, because I like to have everything kindled as much as possible. This will help you, not so much on this game, but it will definitely help you on New Game Plus. So do it now while you've got the extra humanity and the ability to do it. And I think that's going to do it for this section of Dark Souls. I appreciate everybody watching and listening and commenting. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.